Your American hero, G.I. Joe is there.
Hey, welcome to Half the Battle, and welcome back to the summer of vehicles and playsets.
It's time to take on an entire year again as we rank all G.I. Joe vehicles from 1988. Well, except the motorized accessory packs, they'll get their own video. 88 was a bit lopsided when it came to vehicles, as there were 27 released, but only 8 belonged to the bad guys. This is again not counting those packs.
There's a reason for the difference in numbers, but we'll get to that.
For now, let's get on with the list. As always, I'm going alphabetically, though if a vehicle's name starts with the word Cobra, I'm ignoring that alphabet-wise. The first entry is an example of this. The Adder, or the Cobra Adder. A vertically challenged but long riding missile launcher. It's a bit weird looking, but I neither like nor dislike it. I don't think it adds much to the toy line, so it goes into the bland tier. Next is the AGP, or Anti-Gravity Pod. The first of the Iron Grenadiers vehicles. And I think this thing is cool, but it looks like something that in the early stages of development could have been intended to be a Cobra La vehicle.
Still, I like it.
So it goes into the good but weird tier. The Battle Barge is, a box that floats and has guns on it. I'm not impressed, and the worst thing about it is that the thing is so fragile. Those small radar dishes are so very breakable. To the point that the words sturdy construction for rugged play is a damn lie and has no place on the packaging. It goes into the bad tier. And this is the last time we'll see Battle Gear sets appearing on these rankings, as 1988 was the last year they made them. It's mostly Dreadnought stuff in an ugly brown color, though the eel set is nice. But that doesn't save this set from going into the bad tier.
I'm gonna be very brief about this next one.
The Cobra Bug. Weird tier. I mean, come on, look at it. I don't really need to explain this one, do I? The Demon has it all. It looks awesome, is a weapon and a command center, and has a docking facility for Destro's Despoiler. It's a thing of beauty and goes into the best tier. The Desert Fox is a decent Jeep that seems like a successor to the Vamp Mark II, and has plenty of room for figures. Since we're only talking vehicles, I'll ignore that the driver is poor Skidmark and put it in the good tier. Destro's Despoiler is pretty neat, and I'm kinda surprised it was never sold in a set with the Demon. It's got a bat-like look to it, and I'm quite fond of it, so it goes into the good tier. The Imp is a pretty unique concept. It launches missiles that spread mines. I'm not too fond of the color scheme, but it's okay.
I honestly wasn't sure where to put it.
But in the end, I'm gonna say weird tier, though it's probably the least weird vehicle to be put in that tier. The Mean Dog is just fun. It's a fun multi-part vehicle to play with. Let's all ignore the fact that the main gun looks like a dick and instead focus on the nice color scheme. It goes into the good tier.
And now we come to one of the two reasons why there were so many more G.I. Joe vehicles than Cobra in 1988.
Night Force. This sub-team with vehicles was exclusive to Toys R Us and added 5 vehicles to the Joe team that otherwise wouldn't have been there. First up is the Night Blaster, which is a repaint of the Maggot with a less embarrassing name. Since all vehicles have the same color scheme, I'm only gonna mention this here. The black is cool, but the orange really stands out like a sore thumb, especially since these things are supposed to be stealthy, so I'm docking them all a point for that. The Blaster goes in the same place as the Maggot, namely the good tier, since the name change cancels out the orange. The Night Raider is Slaughter's Triple T, so I'll put it in the weird tier like I did that toy, though I was close to putting it in the ugly tier. The Nightshade is the Shark, and is basically in the same boat, haha, as the Raider. It keeps the Shark's place in the weird tier. The Nightstorm has it the worst when it comes to the orange, since its huge freaking gun is that color. So while the Persuader was in the good tier, the Storm drops down to the ugly tier.
And finally,
the Night Striker, which you would think would be a recolor of the Sky Striker, but nope, it's the Whale. And this is the most difficult one for me. Yes, I dislike the orange, but the mold is still so damn cool. The Whale got into the best tier, so I'm agonizing about bumping the Striker down to the good tier, but I just can't. It stays in the best tier. The Phantom X19 has a lot to live up to as the big jet, since the Sky Striker and Night Raven had come before it. And I'm happy to say it does that admirably. It looks sleek and cool. It's big and beautiful. It belongs in the best tier, so that's where I'm putting it. The RPV, or Remote Piloted Vehicle, seems like it's a contradiction in terms. Since it's remote piloted, then why is there a driver's seat? but it actually refers to the drone. It's pretty weird but also ugly. That brown does not suit it and does not work with the red and white. It goes into the ugly tier.
The European version, however,
Well, that had a much better color scheme of grey, white and blue. It goes into the weird tier. The Rolling Thunder was the big vehicle released for 1988, though the Phantom gave it a run for its money. It looks cool, has an absolute ton of play value, and look at the size of those missiles. It goes into the best tier. The Skystorm is a helicopter that turns into a jet. Miles Mayhem is gonna sue somebody. It's also called the X-Wing Chopper.
George Lucas is gonna sue somebody.
It's nowhere near my favorite Joe aircraft, but it's not bad. It looks futuristic, which makes me wonder if it was meant to be part of Battle Force 2000. It goes into the good tier.
It's been a while since we've seen Cobra, and this is their last vehicle on the list.
The Stellar Stiletto. The colors remind me of the Pogo, and like that thing, this also looks like a spacecraft, but isn't. This makes me think that there were plans for a Cobra space division to counter the Defiant, as the Astro Viper also shares these colors. Anyway, I like the little jet, so it goes into the good tier. The Swamp Masher. Yeah, that was another difficult one. If this was 20 years ago, I'd have put it in the ugly tier. But the thing has grown on me over the years, so it goes into the good but weird one.
And now we come to the second reason why the Joes had so many more vehicles than Cobra.
Tiger Force. Yes, in 1988, Tiger Force was on the move. Tiger Force was loose. And the first vehicle is the Tiger Cat. I've talked about this thing on my Arctic Vehicles tier list, so it goes into the same spot as before in the good but weird tier, because it's an Arctic vehicle in Tiger Camo. The Tigerfly is the Dragonfly. I like this new Tiger color sting enough that, like the Dragonfly, it goes into the good tier. Likewise, the Tiger Paw goes into the good tier because the Ferret was in there too. The Tiger Rat, however, does not join the Rattler in the best tier, because that one's color scheme is so iconic, and the tiger stuff doesn't look great on it. I mean, it didn't make sense for an Arctic vehicle, and makes even less sense for a plane. That and the name is stupid. I'm sure they called it the Tiger Rat because it's a repainted Rattler. It still makes it to the good tier though. I don't have the same problem with a recolored water moccasin, the Tiger Shark, so as that vehicle before it, the Shark goes into the good tier. And those were the Tiger Force vehicles.
Which brings us to the last vehicle to talk about.
The Warthog. This thing is a beast and looks mean. The huge missiles are a bit silly, but it's still pretty awesome, so it goes into the good tier. And that was the list. All 1988 G.I. Joe vehicles ranked. The good, the bad, and the ugly.
Do give me your thoughts in the comments below. Well, I'll see you next time, everybody. And hey, why not like, share, and subscribe if that's your thing.
G.I. Joe, American hero. G.I. Joe is there.